I'm back again. I made another book that is also entirely made of junk. This one is kind of a relative to the one I called the Jukes box. This one, it's a relative, sort of. So basic tips on this, it's pretty much the same thing. It's bound with O-wires, it's been punched with my zetter cutter, and I keep it closed with some old blue yo-yo string. Some tips on the cover of how I made this is I took some scrap cardboard from just a regular box, and I had this leftover, you know, kind of cool metallic thing here that was from another book, you know, one of those basic lined notebooks, and I reused it and I glued it onto this cardboard, and then I added some washi tape. It's really pretty, and I added some stickers, and I actually embossed onto plastic to get the bird. So I embossed silver onto plastic, and then I stuck that on with sticky tape. And basically I'm going off kind of a music theme, a technology theme, and I was planning on using this book for things like computer codes, things I do on the internet, stories about what I do on the internet, and stuff like that. And this is the back side. Isn't that pretty? And I sealed the whole cover with laminate sheets to protect the tape and stuff. But there have been some little setbacks, like the bubbles, because it doesn't go and stick well to other stickers or plastics. But let's start on the inside. I covered the inner covers with nice sparkly scrapbook paper, and this stuff sheds like crazy, so I had to spray it with glue adhesive and then seal it with a gloss varnish. And now I'm just going to start on what's inside the book. So, first page, I have this black striped paper. This was part of headphone box. Again, it has that nice metallic theme, and you'll see that it kind of frames images in the back. And so you got just this photo overlay that you can use, and then this thing with a tuck spot here, and same on this side, tuck spot here, and there's a tuck spot here, and the back of that box there. And then there's this blank spot for writing, and then this is just a part of the box that I made into a tag and attached with some thread, and it slips into the tuck spot. And on this side there's another tuck spot. And this was actually made from junk materials that have been bagged, and then I embossed it with black and stamped it. And this with some washi tape. It was just a glue, a package for small bottles of glue. So I have that, and then I made an envelope that's some junk mail I have right here, and that was from Planet Fitness. And this green surface here with some washi tape. It's leftover headphone box, and I used parts of this box in my other book. Some sheet music. And then this is, I used a lot of material that came from technology boxes. Like when you buy a new computer or something, they'll have weird kind of translucent plasticky stuff that's foamy, and I used it to make pockets. And by doing that, I attached paper scraps to the side so I could punch holes and add that in. So I just sort of added it with like double sticky tape. You can't really punch through this thing easily on a regular binder. That's why you have to add the paper. And inside I just put some basic things that are papers for my materials, my technology materials, so I can remember what I got them for, or what I used them for, or what brand, or whatever. So I keep stuff for memory in here to remember what kind of devices I like to use. Yeah, it goes in there, and pretty much it just closes back up. And this box here, you could journal on it, and write inside if you want, and journal somewhere back here. I made this out of part of a plastic package with some washi tape, and there's just a little piece of paper in there for writing on. And this is from a box. You can see what it's for. It was a computer fan, so I stuck that in there for memory. And this is just the warranty paper. I even added in bubble wrap with some kind of sticker. This is part of a laptop packaging, and inside I put the sides of the headphone box with the flip out option right there. So I love the way metallics come on technology things like fancy or decorative headphones. So those are fun tags that you can use, and I just slip them back in. And yeah, you can use bubble wrap in your books. And these are sheets of old math pages that were from my school days. And this is a decorated calculator box backing. I like the way this thing looks, so I just added in the words Blue Tech with some gel pen and a stencil. And you have this envelope, and inside the envelopes, if it's really boogered up or kind of thin, I line it with some washi tape to make it pretty. And here's a pocket, top-loading pocket, kind of translucent. And I'll note that I cut the paper for these with some decorative scissors. And here's a page. I also cut the edges of this paper with decorative scissors. And then here's a tuck spot, and I added the leftover paper to decorate. And here's a tuck spot here. And then I made this bag, several bags, out of a shopping bag for T-Mobile. And then this thing, you can write on it. And here's a pocket made from more junk mail. I also have this pocket here where I added a piece of paper, and there's this little tuck spot here with some washi tape on the side because the bag was too long. I had to fold it, and that's how I got the tuck spot. And I like adding these interesting cards that you'll sometimes get in the mail. You know, they're just like introduction cards. They have this neat metallic look to them, so I figured you could put something on the back of them, like a photo or something, or just use them as decoration for fun. This technology bag I use to hold, it has a Ziploc top, and I also added paper to this to put it in, but yeah, I just put a pamphlet in there for technology, and you can see that it has some patterns on it from the computer box. And stick that back in there. And I don't know if you can see it, but I did cut the edges of that paper to make it pretty. And then I have some, you know how your printers sometimes will test new inks and print out a picture for you? Well, this is the scraps from that, so I thought it was kind of neat, and I put those in. There's a place to write, and then I figure you can write on this. And I have this pocket here, which also has a decorative edge. And inside I put a mini book. And I might get into the mini book after I'm done showing you the main book. So this pocket here, and the symbol back here. And then I have this textured paper, which I added for just photos and stuff. And there's pretty punched corners just for interest. So it kind of seemed to match the theme because it's speckled and white and kind of neat. Here's more striped paper with math on it, and there's spots you could probably write and put pictures and stuff. An envelope made of more junk mail left over from another project. And then I have this thing, which was a water bottle sticker, and you can write on the back of that. And I added this tag, which was blue and metallic for a water bottle, and I thought that was neat, so I added that in there. And then I added this cardboard thing, which says 12. It's really faint, but it has a 12 on it. So I thought that was kind of neat, and it kind of reminded me of a space theme around this part, and kind of goes with the technology thing that I'm going for. So I put some black paper back here. And then there's this old piece of paper that was used for quilting, and I made it into a pocket after it was used and no longer wanted. And I added in these tags, which are from junk mail, so you can put stuff on those. And here's a junk mail envelope with a neat kind of technology blue thing on there. There's also this, which is a very sturdy envelope, and you could put stuff on that. And here's another one of those envelopes. And more of that paper with the punch sides. And then there's this striped paper here with the tuck spot that I added. You can write on that side. Now we have this other pocket here, and there's this pocket here, which was made from advertisement from a scrapbook paper thing, and then there's this little tiny pocket here, which I added some cards in. I have about 4 sets of those that I've been saving. And then there's this envelope. I like the look of this electrical stuff here, and I lined this one with washi tape too. Another one of those bags that I made, and this thing, which I thought kind of looked like a cell phone. I set it up. It was leftover foamy stuff, and then some washi tape with that. Here's part of the bag with and then I have these pockets here, which are also from the bag, that cell phone bag, and I have a Silver Ace card in here, and these are double pockets. So you have one here, and then you have one back here. Same goes for this one, because you have one there and then one back here. And then I have some of this, and I added some washi tape, so this is another pocket, a side-loaded pocket. Here's a tuck spot, and this one has a different cut edge. And then here's another tuck spot there, and then more envelopes, and another envelope. Both are top loading. Another one of those translucent pockets from that cell phone bag, and 2 more cards. And this is also from the cell phone bag, the bottom of it, and it just opens up, which is kind of fun if I can get it open. I put some brads on it, and it ends up like that. So yeah, I have that pocket, and then there's this top loading pocket, and then there's the striped paper, and that's the back. So yeah, this is my tech book, and now I'll show you the mini book that I made for putting inside of it. And now about the mini book. This is a 1 signature mini book, which I have sewn together, and I made the cover from this fabric material that also came in a laptop box, and I glued some green paper behind it to make the symbols show up, and I thought those were kind of cool. So I made this cardboard thing to glue on, basically a stable cover. I did in black emboss, and I made it so that there were a couple of pockets on the front and the back. And I put this embossed green gecko, and I put a little speech bubble and thought it'd be funny to just write stick to it. And then I thought this dog was cute, and I put him back there, and he looked kind of like he's puzzled, so I said woof, and that's what I put there. So I made pretty much everything in here is made out of scraps of paper and a few envelopes, and I made some envelopes out of green tissue paper to add in the signatures. And I also added this stuff, which is the backing of laminate sheets, and I thought it was kind of cool, so I incorporated it throughout, and you can probably put photos on it and whatever. And so we have these side-loading pockets here, and this translucent piece of plastic, which was a pocket. If I could get this to stay open. Yeah, this translucent thing here, which is a pocket. And down here I have more of that stuff, and then some scrap papers for journaling on, and this pocket here, and more of that stuff, and some more scrap paper, a little bit more of that, another surface for writing on, more of that. full sheet and stuff to write on. Another one of these. Another page to write on. Another pocket. You just have to be careful with these because, you know, tissue paper's kind of thin. And then there's another part here. And this is the other half of the book. There's the center. I sewed it with basic black thread twine. And this, the pocket here. More writing space. This part folds out. So you have one long sheet of stuff to write on. And then there's just that thing in there. And then another part here and here. And then this is the other side of the pocket. You have these. And then the ends of the envelopes were damaged, so I just glued them together. And I'm using them as like a decorative paper surface that you can put a picture on or something. And yes, you got these pictures here and this. And this is the other side of that envelope. And then more notes and more of that stuff, and also another side with a small tuck spot right here, and the end of the book with the leftovers, and the other side of my green tissue paper pocket. So that's pretty much it. It's a little notebook that just slips inside of my entire tech book. So it just goes in there like that into one of the side loading pockets. And it makes it really thick, but I had fun with this book, and I loved recording, or I loved sharing with you, so, yep, that's my tech book.